Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, with 915 finally here, there has never been a better time to roll a druid. With Legion Time Walking only a few weeks away, now is a good time to get ready. And sure, okay, granted, you could spend that time gaining level 60, getting renown 80, maybe even doing something crazy like learning to play the druid. But I think we all know the most important thing for any new druid is to gain the latest forms, so you look good. The latest of that are the new travel forms. So let's get into it. Our story starts with the little used profession of inscription. Side note here, professions like inscription engineering have so much potential, Blizz. If they're not a big money maker, like say alchemy, then you at least make the professions fun or interesting. We get a little taste of that with regards to the Druid Forms, but we need more, Blizz. We need more engineers building silly robots that can do all sorts of things for us. Or Inscription being able to make origami mounts with long quest lines. Maybe interesting and silly glyphs for all the classes. You could go on a quest to capture memories, say of the last surviving Demoloch. They live in the hills, and they're the only one that can still remember how to do meta. When you hear their story, you're told to gather them things, and they will tell you the secret. Once you've gained them, you're allowed to put to paper the secret of meta, allowing Demolochs to gain the old metamorphosis appearance when they cast Tyrant. Now I'm getting distracted, but you get the idea. Now my inscriber has been stuck at level 50 waiting for this patch, so I can finally level her up. Upon logging in, I have of course skipped them all, thank you for that Blizz, and then headed to the professions area of Oribus. By the way, for those of you saying, Grim, get to the Druid Forms, timestamp below, you can just skip straight there. Now, back to my rambling. I will say Inscription is an absolute pleasure to level. Compared to the engineering that I had to do, oh my god, it's so fast. I think I was done and dusted in like 40 minutes. Granted, that may be something to do with having a guild bank absolutely chocked full of flowers.
Nice.
Yeah, the reason I'm bringing all this up is some of these Druid Forms require reputation to purchase, while others require reputation to actually learn. So out of all these lovely new Druid Forms, my level 50 was only able to make 3 of them. And another little side note here, in 915, Blizz have changed the effect of effervescence. No longer is there a little mushroom.
Why?
Do you feel like me, you miss your little mushroom? Blizzard have added a glyph that can give you back the original old style. So if you have Inscription, head over to the trainer and you will be able to learn this new glyph. I think you only need to be level 100 to learn it. With that out of the way, let's talk Druid Forms. There are 8 in total, but currently 1 is unavailable, meaning we have 1, 2... No, it's not... No, it is... 7! Thanks for that count. We have 7 remaining. Now first up, let's talk ground mounts. We have the Mark of the Midnight Ruin Stag and the Mark of the Twilight Ruin Stag. Flight forms, we have Mark of the Duskwing Raven, Mark of the Regal Dread Bat, Mark of the Gloom Stalker Dread Bat, Mark of the Shimmering Moth, and Mark of the Sabor and the Moth. The one that hasn't yet been implemented is the Nightwing Raven. So let's start with our 2 ground mounts. The Midnight Ruin Stag is a nice easy one to start with. You need to kill Ruin Stags in Arden. This also includes the Ruined Deer and the juvenile variants. Best area I've found is, blink, here. Rough coordinates to the center of this area is like 5843. All along the edge of the road, it's just chock full of stags. There is a rumor that the elite stags have a better drop chance. These can be found near the maze. Again, rough location is like 2762. I wasn't able to test this as I was on my lobby, and also I am a rubbish monk, so I would have died instantly. Even if, like me, you just go for the normal stags, this didn't take me very long at all to get the drop. You may have read in other guides or in PTR notes or whatever that you need a reputation. That has now been removed. The Twilight Ruin Stag, on the other hand, is a very different matter. This is just basically a reputation reward. Simply head to Athlin, at 59.6, 32.6, or here on the map. And you can purchase this one once you are revered. You can also, if you prefer, head to Lowwin in Oribus, located 4776.8 as an alternative. The Dustwing Raven. This doesn't sound very Shadowlandsy, and you would be right. Yes, we are heading back to Legion, and spoiler, this will not be the last time. Along with the Doe and the Sentinel, etc., a new glyph has been added to Legion Inscription. The Dustwing Raven can be learned so long as you have an inscription of level 20 in Legion Inscription. If you have only joined WoW in BFA or Shadowlands, first up, welcome! Second, you can head to Oribus, venture into the trade area, and located at 3756, you will find Distributor Ulbach. They will trade you current pigments for old ones, making it much easier to level up your old Legion inscription. Now, let's go for some Shadowlands ones. The Regal Dread Bat. This is a great looking flight form, but sadly, a little out of my league at the time of recording. For this, you will need to kill Shrieking Eve Dwellers and Dire Eve Dwellers. Best place to find these is in Dominance Keep, located in the northwest corner of Revendreth. Beware! These are all level 60. So if, like me, you're going after glyphs and marks on a lobby, bring a friend that can actually kill these. Once you have the mark, you can learn it. There is no reputation requirement for this one. Now, if you love the bat, but like me, you don't have a character that can go after it right now, fear not. There is an alternative, the Gloom Stalker Dread Bat. This one is an interesting one. If you have gone after Blanchy, then you will know this name, Tatru the Barterer. This is the person that you purchased the saddle blanket from. Located at 5178.8 in Revendreth, they will also sell you the mark of the Gloomstalker Dread Bat. It required me to use 30 crawler meat, but I believe this changes weekly, so if you have a character or a friend that can go and scout this out to you beforehand, then you can just grab whatever is needed and save yourself a little bit of time. Side note, this one and the previous Dread Bat are probably my two favourite. I love these. Shimmering and a Moth. Whereas the appearance may be my favourite of the others, this is probably my favourite style of quest when it comes to professions. I love doing this one. So at the start, when I talked about more interesting things for lesser professions to do, I said that with air quotations, this is one way to do it. Head to Drummond Dawnblossom in Arden, located here. Coordinates are 38.0-36.8. Next to Dawnblossom, you will see an item called the Fey Net. Click on this and you will gain this item in your inventory. Head to Val'sharah and hunt around for Veil Flitters. Yep, we're heading back to Legion for this one, so have your Legion Hearthstones ready. Now, I will say, if you use the pet battle search for this one, I was trying to use it to find where they would be. It took me ages. They don't appear very often on the map. Instead, I just headed to this area on the map. Pretty the easiest coordinates I can use, like 57-77, something like that. Basically look for a large meadow area, and you're going to find loads of these Veil Flitters just flying around. Try to, or at least it worked for me, if I tilted my camera up so I was looking almost directly down on my character, then I could see when I was directly below one of these flitters. Because what you want to do is click on the Fey Net, and you will spin around, and if you are close enough, you will suck one of them in and capture it. If you don't manage to do that, you're going to be dazed for a couple of seconds, and then you're fine. Just keep trying to do it. You'll know when you're successful because you will receive a buff. This buff gives you 30 minutes to get back to Dawnblossom in Arnold. Now, don't panic. Even if you have to fly back to Dalaran, then go to Orgrimmar, then go through another portal, then go through a portal to Oribus, then get a flight point to Hardenwall.
Relax, Tiny.
You will still make it in 30 minutes. You'll be fine. Once you get to Dawnblossom and talk to him, you will eventually gain the mark of the Shimmering and the Moth. Love this style of quest, and just do more, Blizz. This is fantastic. I love this. Is what I want from professions. This is absolutely spot on. Here's an idea. Why not have like a golden lasso style item where you can hold one creature's appearance in it, be bound inside, and then the druid can use that appearance as like a travel form or something like that, so people can have an individual style. They just capture the creature. I'm getting distracted again, but it's just food for thought. So last of all, we have the Sabor Arden Moth. This is another simple turn up and purchase. You need to head to Hibernal Hollow, 59.6-52.8. There you will find Spindle Nose. It costs 1,000 anima and 5 Grateful Offerings, but there's one kicker. It will also require you to be honoured with the Court of Night. And that's it! They are our new Druid Forms. I will say, I really enjoyed going around trying to gain all of these. I would love some of them to be a little bit more interesting at times, but it's still great to see Druids getting more options. It's hard at times for Druids to have a kind of individual feel. A lot of the time, if you play like Guardian, Feral, or Barons, even if you've got the nice Starfall effect, you're still kind of fixed in what you're going to look like. It doesn't really matter how much work you've put into your transmog. So this is a really nice way to gain a little bit of individuality with a Druid and your appearance. It's also a nice way for Inscription to have something to do. I know there's missives and that, but still it just feels like something's lacking with regards to Inscription, as it does with several other professions. But it also feels a little unfair that a Druid that doesn't have Inscription or access to one, that they now have to pay gold to look the way they want to look. Food for thought, but apart from that, I really love this. I love having more options, so yeah, big thumbs up on that, Blizzard. But that is enough from me. I've gone on long enough. I hope this helps you get the appearance you want for your Druid. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Ladies, everyone.